Hey everyone, just wanted to give you an update with an important announcement from Sardinia Church of Christ. As you know, for the last couple of months, we have suspended our in-person worship gatherings, and we've opted to meet in our homes and to worship online together. Now, the church never really closed. Church has never been canceled. The doors to ministry were never closed because we are the church. And it has been so encouraging for the last several weeks to see that you are still giving and serving. You're reaching out to meet needs. You're sharing your faith and the love of Christ with our community. That is incredible. Thank you so much. Keep it up, church. But if you're like me, I know that you have longed for that day when we can come back together in person to worship corporately and to have fellowship with one another. And I want to let you know that day is approaching. We are thrilled to announce that Sardinia Church of Christ will reconvene our in-person worship gatherings on Sunday, June 7th at 10 o'clock a.m. As the state continues to reopen, our leadership believes at this time we can resume gathering in a safe and responsible manner. And to do this, and to also honor the state's request to continue practicing social distancing, our services are going to look a little different for the time being. And so today we want to give you some information and some bullet points on what it's going to look like. But before we highlight some of these temporary changes, we just want to say this. While we are certainly excited to come back together and continue to celebrate all that God is continuing to do through His church, we also want to just encourage you to use sound judgment and exercise caution when making the decision for you and your family to return worshiping with us in person. There is no rush, there is no pressure. We want you to make the best decision for your and your family's health. We're going to continue to put our services online every single weekend. And so if you are 65 years or older, we encourage you to stay at home and worship online with us. If you have been sick, if you have underlying health conditions, if you've been around someone who is sick the last couple of weeks, we also just want to encourage you, please stay at home and worship with us online. But if you and your family are ready to come back and worship in person, here are a few things that we're going to do to keep safety as the top priority, and we ask that you please understand some of these temporary changes. The first one is this. At this time, we're not going to be able to facilitate children's ministry or student ministry programming. Instead, we're asking that families come and sit together for a family-oriented worship service in our main sanctuary. Secondly, we're requesting that every family that does attend would just sit one family per pew or one family per row of chairs in our sanctuary. That way we can maintain that social distancing. During our services, we will not be passing communion trays, offering trays, or bulletins. We'll have prepackaged communion and our bulletins available for you to pick up individually as you enter our sanctuary. And we'll also have receptacles at every exit for you to give your offering. Also, during our services, we won't be having a physical contact meet and greet time, which I know many of you are probably thinking, hey, my prayers have been answered. But we won't be doing that. We also won't be serving coffee in our coffee area for the time being as well. As you enter and exit our facility, we will have the doors propped open and we'll have volunteers stationed at each one. That way you don't have to touch any door handles at all. Our greeters won't be shaking hands at this time. We love you, but we want to make sure that we keep our distance from you right now to keep you safe. We'll also have ample hand sanitizer available all throughout our facility. And finally, masks will not be required. You won't be required to wear a mask when you come into the facility. However, you are welcome to do so if you like. So there you have it, folks. We are super excited to once again be able to come back and gather together to worship in person. But just want to remind you that no matter where you choose to worship from, whether it's at home or here on campus, we are the church. No matter where we are, no matter what the circumstances, we can worship, we can have fellowship with one another. Love you guys. Hope to see you soon.